Clap. Jackson, take us in.
I was going to say, fine. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 243 of the official podcast. I didn't want to do the whole song and dance of going, no, I think Charlie should do it this time. I just wanted to hear Charlie do an intro, especially since there's some interesting news in the world at the moment. Charlie's most hated video game company, Blizzard Entertainment, is going down the drain in just the worst way possible, pretty much.
Yeah. So I would like to go ahead and immediately dismiss that slander that you just put out there. They're not my most hated video game company. That's still probably
that's
Nintendo. Yeah,
Nintendo hasn't sexually assaulted anyone, as far as we know.
Allegedly.
I think you're fine. I think you're wrong for saying that they're not your least. They should be your least favorite at this point. They've done everything in their power to make it.
Up until this point, the only thing I didn't like about them were their games and the way they just fire people all the time for no reason.
Yeah, that's still firing 800 people on a whim, which is what Blizzard Activision did 2 years ago. Is still far worse than Nintendo having like shitty internet in their Switch games. I think that Activision Blizzard is the far worse company. And I'm surprised.
I would definitely agree that the worst company now.
Know.
I'm just saying, up until this, they weren't my most hated.
Fair enough.
Okay. Give us a
rundown.
Tell us the story, Charlie. What has Activision / Blizzard done?
Am I saying it, or does Jackson want to?
You can.
So there was a 2-year investigation conducted by the state of California, or at least an organization representing the state of California, into the workplace environment at Activision Blizzard. And over the course of the 2 years, they gathered tons of horrible evidence as to the treatment of women at the office.
The evidence is not horrible. The claims are horrible. The evidence is pretty good.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Disturbing stuff was unearthed at this ancient sarcophagus.
Have we seen the evidence, or is it just in court documents?
It's just in their court documents.
So
I don't think they filmed it or anything.
Yeah, so once it goes to arbitration or deliberations or whatever, once it goes to an actual court setting, then they'll present their evidence, I assume. This is just the written form of the evidence.
So
I don't know if we'll ever
it's
see
not
it.
been. Has it been decided yet, or are we in the middle of the court proceedings right
This is the very beginning of it. This is literally step one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this is the Department of Fair... What is it? Department of Fair Work... I don't know. The California department has put a motion in for the lawsuit, which is what has kickstarted
So
this.
for the sake of $1 billion company not coming after us, all of this is alleged currently. Is that correct?
That is correct.
There are
what
so
is
many
factual
allegations.
is they make bad games.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Which is clearly the
Go
far
ahead,
worst crime here in terms of gamer mentality.
They should definitely slide
so
in that their
what have
games
they
suck.
allegedly been allegedly doing? What have they done?
Everything you can think of when it comes to the mistreatment of women at the workplace. Apparently they do these things called cube crawls, where they'd go around, drink, and make jokes about raping women and go to their cubicles and just harass them. They'd also get really awful treatment. Like when one lady was going to take some time off, her male supervisor asked her to write a 1-page paper on how she'll spend that time off when no one else has to do that. Then there was also a documented case.
Wait, what? She had to write an essay on what she's gonna... I didn't know. What the fuck?
Jesus.
Yeah. And then they're at some company workplace retreat or something. One of the female employees killed herself, and then it was brought to light that the male employees were sharing explicit images of the woman leading up to that suicide. She was in a relationship with her male supervisor.
Well, I didn't read that she was in a relationship with him. I had read that he brought a butt plug and lube with him on a work trip with her. And it made her incredibly uncomfortable. Yeah, no, that was...
I read that too. I don't know if that's true.
That's what the allegation is in the lawsuit.
But I have also heard about the woman who killed herself because people were sharing her nudes.
Yeah. Well, it was like I just said. It's also pretty the allegations make the claim that her supervisor acted incredibly inappropriately and sexually harassed her on this work trip.
damn it. I hope like that none of this is true. This is also fucked up if it's true.
I mean, I don't think from all of the stories being told and all of the correspondence from former Blizzard Activision employees, I don't think there's a chance in hell that this isn't true. And it's not like the Californian government organization that's handling this would put forth a false claim. They've done 2 years of investigations, and typically when governments like this take things to this degree, to investigate for 2 years and then present a case to the court system, they're not doing it erroneously. Like they have full belief that they'll be able to win this case, which insinuates to me that,
Okay,
that there
I
is
feel that.
pretty strong guilt on Activision's part.
So I may be a little biased because I fucking hate Blizzard. They're China's whore, right? I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember the whole Blitzchung thing where they banned a guy because he supported Hong Kong, an esports player.
Yeah, I think most people
I
remember
fucking
that.
hate them for that, and I hope every single person who holds any authority at Blizzard goes up in flames. Also, I've been seeing a lot of Twitter threads about Blizzard and women sharing their experiences. Please don't muddle the waters, ladies. When you go on there and you share your anecdote about it, that one time a man ignored your emails and therefore rape, that's not the same thing as whatever the hell the women at Blizzard went through. This is the same mistake people made during the Me Too movement, right? Where there were genuine rapes happening and bad stuff. And then, 2 months later, you had people writing articles about how the wrong type of wine was now rape.
No, I think women, I think the women in these situations should be able to share whatever experiences they want. It's the people uninvolved taking, what do you call them? The BlizzCon. What do you call them? The BlizzCon presentations out of context, and then saying that these were horrifically sexist, and just making claims on behalf of women. And even a lot of them are demanding that women quit Blizzard as well. Like they're attacking the women in this situation for some reason in some kind of weird white knighting way. The women directly involved in this should be able to tell whatever stories or recount their experiences to however degree they want. I don't agree with people that aren't involved in the situation then hogging the limelight on the internet.
I agree.
And virtue signaling.
The women, I kinda hope we hear more not in a fucked up way, just like the women who actually were victimized. I would like to hear more from them that used to work at Blizzard.
It's definitely not just Blizzard. I think this is a situation that's happened at a lot of video game studios across the industry. I think
100%.
Yeah, I think we'll hear about it a lot
absolutely.
more. I mean, it was just last year,
I'm
right?
just
Or 2 years
saying-
ago, the riot situation happened, and that was pretty similar.
Yeah, there's Riot, there's Ubisoft, and now there's Blizzard with these kind of accusations.
Yep. It's
Not to mention the official podcast. Ugh.
yes.
What?
Okay, fine. No rape jokes today.
Yeah, no, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't want people
No,
to
this
even
is-
begin to think that we're involved in any of that stuff.
It's
I've been getting molested by Jax. This is my truth.
it's not. It's
I need to hear it.
It's not a funny situation.
No, it's
I don't-
not.
Fine.
Fuck, I was gonna say something there. Oh yeah, I was just thinking about how the companies with maybe the loudest, wokest voices on the internet always seem to have these problems come out to the most severe degree. Like Ubisoft and Blizzard have always been on the front line of acceptance and talking about how great they are at good wages for women and stuff like that, equal pay. And then it comes out that they're just probably some of the most malicious companies. So
What happens with Ubisoft?
Ubisoft is more of the same. Actually, I found a lot of the Ubisoft stuff more damning. Like a lot of upper management was genuinely sexually assaulting women, which is I'm shocked that there hasn't been any kind of lawsuits brought up against Ubisoft since then. There are a lot of claims about genuine sexual harassment and genuine sexual assault. So who at Activision is responsible for this? Because this issue has been going on for decades now. And the new CEO has been lumped with most of the responsibility from this, but this had to have been like systemic in their organization for the last decade at the least. So who's responsible, Charlie?
I have no idea. I don't know too many people that work at Blizzard other than, of course, the big boy Bobby Kotick, who gave himself the $155 million pay bonus a couple months ago. I feel like at some point you have to look at that CEO and be like, this guy fucking sucks.
He's also the guy that was in Epstein's Black Book. He's one of the video game industry figures that was in
Wait, what
his
the
Black
fuck?
Book.
Hold up.
Yeah.
All right, my ears just... Okay, so Epstein's buddies, they're working for Activision / Blizzard?
Well, Bobby Kotick's been part of he's been the CEO for Activision for the better part of like 15 years. A really long time.
Okay, and he was in Epstein's documents?
Black Book, yeah. He's like
Name dropped?
journal of, contact information and
Oh,
such.
shit! All right.
So...
Gonna do some Googling.
There was also, this is also another interesting anecdote. I don't know if you knew about this, Charlie, but Bobby Kotick himself was also a part of a lawsuit within the last 10 years of I think it was either sexual assault or sexual harassment on the workplace, but it was in regards to a different company he owned, some private jet aircraft company. I think it was like Private Cove Company or something like that. And so basically a captain on his private jet had sexually assaulted one of the flight attendants, and the flight attendant had raised their story to the administration of that company, including Bobby Kotick, and it like fell on deaf ears, and they fired her basically after she came out with her story and told HR and stuff. So he's got a history of this kind of stuff, definitely.
He also looks like the kind of guy who would
looks
have
like
a
the
history
devil.
of this kind of shit. Yeah, he actually looks like what the devil would look like if he came to Earth in like a bad disguise.
Yeah, he's an insidious human being.
Yeah,
he reminds me of
does.
Kenneth Copeland, if you guys remember Kenneth Copeland.
I remember the
Ooh,
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the evangelist who is like really fucking evil. He's the guy that like buys private jets and just openly says that he's buying the jets with your money.
Yeah, is he the one who is like...
You're thinking of him because of the shit-eating grin.
Isn't he the one who was
Right.
interviewed
Yeah.
like randomly, like on the spot? And she was like, the reporter was like, "Hey, why are you buying all these jets and this and that?" And he was like, "Well, because I need them." And she was like, "Why?" And he goes,
Yeah.
"Because God told me to like things, and I'm allowed to like things." That's him, right?
Yeah, he started like
Yeah.
freaking out at the
I'll
reporter.
say that Bobby actually looks smarter than Kenneth, because Bobby, he doesn't have those angry photos. If you Google Kenneth Copeland, or whatever the fuck his name is, you get some photos of him looking angry. You don't have that with Bobby. And Bobby just looks... I don't know, he just looks like a rich piece of shit.
He looks slimy.
Like if you,
He does
if you
look
fed the
slimy.
words "rich piece of shit" to an AI, this is what it would come up with, right?
All of his photos have this shit-eating grin on them, but they're the most soulless eyes, like the eyes that
Yeah.
you would see before you die, pretty much. They're the eyes of the devil. They are genuinely the eyes of the devil. I can't put it any other way.
They really are, yeah.
Just like cover his like smile, and those eyes are terrifying. Oh my god, I hate him. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't like a court, a mandated order from Bobby Kotick that caused all of these like sexual harassment issues at Activision. Like he just feeds off misery.
It's how he stays alive. yeah.
Microtransactions and rape, damn it. I order it. Office-wide, new mandates, send out the email chain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. If this lawsuit goes through, which it obviously should, and they are found guilty, I really hope heads roll in this situation, just so it's an example to the other companies that may be partaking in similar conduct. Like, I hope Bobby Kotick actually suffers here, but I have a feeling that like the upper management and stuff will be fine. It won't be.
Oh yeah.
It won't be the
typically are.
ones. It won't be the ones who are the most guilty that will suffer the most.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think anything is gonna come off this, to be honest. I know it's a doomer take. It's depressing, but I don't think anything is gonna come off this.
Oh wow, Bobby Kotick is also a board member of the Coca-Cola company.
Jesus Christ.
This guy's